Good afternoon, Recast. This is Pastor Spencer, and I am here to launch a brand new series for you called Questions of the Day. We're launching this in conjunction with the governor's Stay Home and Stay Safe policy, and our hope is to provide you with a sermon-based question series that will enable you to not only feel connected to your church family, but will equip you to connect better with your family at home while you're all quarantined together. To give you an idea of the format, this is going to be a 2 to 3 minute video, and at the end of it we're going to have some questions, and our hope is that you will engage with those questions for 15 or 20 minutes just in a spiritual conversation with your family. We're even planning to include a question or two so that you can hopefully engage younger kids in the discussion. Well, to get started, we're going to do some questions based on the sermon from Sunday on 3 John. That sermon was called Don't Be Such a Diotrephes. Now, if you missed the sermon, I do encourage you, click on the YouTube channel and watch it before you watch this video with the discussion questions from it. Our question today is going to be from Don's first point, which he said was that we should love and rejoice over those who walk in the truth. Walk in the truth. Now, that idea of truth is really a theme that runs throughout the letter of 3 John. And the word is mentioned 5 times right here in the opening. And John is using it in reference to a friend of his that he probably led to the Lord named Gaius. And he praises Gaius for walking in the truth. Now, that phrase walking is used throughout the New Testament, and it is used really as an idiom to describe how someone conducts their way of life, or what does their daily conduct look like. And so Gaius here is being praised because the way he's living matches what he knows and what he believes about the Christian faith. And in his case in particular, John's saying, hey, your creed and your conduct match and your profession matches your practice because you are not only saying that you love people, but you're actually going out of your way to demonstrate love to people. And in Gaius' case, that love was demonstrated through hospitality. There was a group of really strangers to Gaius going through his town or his church, and he provided them with hospitality. We don't know exactly what that could have been, but it was most likely food, a place to stay. He may have even given them money to help them out as they went on their journey. Well, after he helped them, they eventually made their way back around and gave John a report about Gaius, and they said, hey, here's a guy who not only knows what he believes, who believes in Jesus, but he's living his life in accordance with that truth. He's walking in the truth. There's no dichotomy between his creed or his confession and his conduct. And as we think about that, I think there's just some really relevant application that we can take for it. And so here's what I would like you to spend a couple minutes discussing. You know, we are in a time where we're being faced moment by moment with just realities that we've never had to deal with before. And we're not sure how to respond. But one thing we do need to be sure of is that we are living lives that match what we believe about Christ. If we believe that He's in charge and we believe that He has called us to love other people, how are we demonstrating those realities in our sphere of influence that we have right now during this uncertain time? So I want you to discuss that. Does my current walk, does the way I'm conducting myself right now on a day-to-day, moment-by-moment basis match what I believe the Bible tells me about God and about Jesus? The second thing I want you to think about is this. You know, Gaius was known for showing love. His obedience to the truth was manifested in real practical ways. And that's something we need to think about right now. There are going to be people, if there aren't already, in our community and in our church family that need practical help right now. They may need hospitality, they may need money, they may need food. How can you, or maybe you as a family, help those that are in your sphere of influence during this time? So take a couple minutes, chew on that, think about it. Maybe it's your neighbors, maybe it's people that you've met in the community, but how can you show Christian love to people in Mattawan or in Pawpaw or surrounding areas, wherever you might live, during this coronavirus situation? Finally, the last thing I want you to think about is that Gaius was known for being an example of Christian living. He modeled what the truth was for people. And all of us have people like that in our lives. We have someone who has shown us what it means and looks like to follow Jesus. And I just want you to share with the people around you who that person was, who's someone that modeled Christian living for you. And then I want you to think about this. Am I living my life in such a way that people might look at me in this way and think of me as a role model? And you might even consider calling that person and asking them how they're responding to this coronavirus situation and what they're doing to make much of Christ during this time. Well, that's all that we've got for you. I hope it's helpful. We want to stay in touch with you during this time. So feel free to keep emailing, leave some comments below, call the office. That stuff's all going to the staff directly. And so please reach out to us if you have any needs or you know of anyone that has any needs. We want to continue to be a blessing here in Matawan. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, this does not surprise God. God is in control. He is above all and He is over all. And in that, we can have hope.